Well, it turns out I can't find the improvised tiller and stick, but what you basically do, get a fairly thick forked stick, so say about longer than your arms reach, like that, yeah, with a fork on the end. Make sure a bow would sit in the fork, and then if you can do it in inches, cut notches in. So you just use it like a conventional tiller and stick. I have actually got a video somewhere on my videos of how to make one of those tiller and sticks. I could always put it in the description or something. So what we're going to do now for the minute, we're just going to keep shaving some off. Because what we want to look for in a minute, is we do want some sort of tiller and stick if possible, unless we can see it like this, stiff spots. And to me, it looks like the tip here is a little bit stiffer. Put that knife down when you check. It's quite hard to tell when you haven't got a tiller and stick. This whole limb is a lot more stiffer than the other one. It seems wider as well. Getting there a bit more now. I'm sure that one's still stiffer though. I'm going to take off a little bit more near the handles, so we've got more limb. Because this handle is going to be solid, it's not going to bend. again. And that's all it is. It's just keep cutting a bit off, checking it, cutting a bit off, checking it. If you've got any massive knots, try not to cut them down too much. You can always leave some wood around them. So where there's a knot, you cut each side of it and leave the knot proud of it, and that leaves wood around the sides of it. Put the string on it again, and we'll see if we can brace it a little bit more this time. Sorry if I keep going out of shot. I'll just try to do it for you. Right, so I've got the handle of the bow at the back of my leg, my foot in front of the other one, or behind it. I'm pulling it over, put the string on and pull up down. Now hopefully that was bark and not the bow breaking. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Just inspecting the back of the bark. You'll normally see a bit was lifted up, or a crack in it. I see there is a crack. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera. There's a hairline crack on the bark there. So hopefully that's what that noise was. We've got it braced that much now. Not even a hand, not even your hand height, or your fist height. We'll give it a pull and we'll see. I want to see where that bark is cracking. If it cracks and you can pull it off, then pull it off. take this off, and then it's the same again, shaving, shaving it off, checking again, shaving it off, checking again. It's just hours, or well, it's not even hours, it's just, it could be hours, but it's just lots of time just repeating the same thing, cutting a bit off, checking it, cutting a bit off, checking it, because the mistake most people make, cut, put the string on, pull it back and just snap it straight away. You could even use your knife scraping like this. Once you start getting it to where you want to get it, as you gradually go further and further, you want to take less and less off. So you've got to do it, check it, do it, check it. So we'll put the string on again. I'll have a look first. Yes, bending more. A lot more now. Sorry, out of shot again. But look, I'll show you. Knife like this. That's just taking off little slivers now, or like shavings. And we've got that a bit higher this time. I probably could have got it a bit further as well, but so I want that bark to crack and come off if I can get it off. I'm just going to give it a bit of a flex and see. Now if you're impatient, you can leave your string on and give it a go like that. But you just got to make sure you don't cut your string. give it a try again. Now, doing it like this with leaving the string on. Now, pulling it back, it's easier to get it back further. So what we'll do, we could do it like that a bit more, and then you tighten your string up. It's not a bad way to do it with a survival bow. Right, I can definitely see the bark cracking on the back of this bow. So that's good. So those cracking noises aren't the bow breaking. I wondered if I could flick a bit off. I shan't bother. I'll give it a bit more of a scraping again. And this is taking it off now, more like a spoke shave. Right, we'll try again. Oh, it's definitely the bark. That cracking noise. So far I haven't even put this on a tillering stick or been able to even see, but from the looks of it I think this bottom limb needs a bit more off it. Right. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the string off and tighten it. Shame I hadn't have done this in a bigger space, really. So I'm using the step through method, what do they call it. I've got a feeling we'll be able to brace this properly now. If possible, it's better to use a non-stretchy string. Proper bowstring is better, but in a survival situation you're probably not going to have a proper bowstring on you. You're probably going to have just something like paracord or something like that. Right, but that's more like it for the brace height now. That's high, just a bit higher. It's not higher than my thumb, but it's a bit higher than my fist. So for a survival bow of this short, this is only up to my chest. That'll probably do it for that. And now we can always see if it will draw back. Now it's chest height. I don't reckon we probably do this to a full arrow draw. We'll use a shorter arrow with this. So what I'll do, I'll leave that string on, and I'm just going to shave it a bit more, just so it draws back further. Well, what I would say now is, now you've got your bow to a relatively normal brace height, now's the time, if you was out in the woods, to make an arrow. I'll explain why. But the best way to find your draw length is get your stick, put it in the middle of your chest, put your hands out like this, and where the end of your fingers meet, say a little bit longer than that, and that's the length of your arrow. You don't want it so it's, if your draw is 28 inches, you don't want your arrow 28 inches. Because when you draw, you'll draw past the bow. So you want it at least an inch or 2 inches longer than that. So once you've got this like this, mark that, have a look. See, that's about right. And the reason being is this. Because we're outside, or we're doing this, you know, survival bow, you don't want to keep yanking this back without anything in it, because you don't know how far you're drawing it. You might be drawing it too far. And I've seen people do this, draw a bow back and just snap it straight in half. So you want to either at least make a stick with a notch in it, or an arrow. Put that in where it should be, and then start drawing it back. Then you can kind of get a feel for how far you're getting it. This is coming to a bit of an end there, and we're only, say, just over halfway along the arrow. So what we want to do is take a bit more off so we can draw that back further. You could just make a shorter arrow and shoot it there if you want to, depends, but I want this to be slightly longer. So just keep shaving again. Using your knife blade straight on, shaving like a spoke shave. You're not going to take too much off then. It comes out relatively smooth. If you notice any areas which are bending too much, you'll need to take bits off each side of those. Take our arrow again, put it in, and we'll see what it's like again. It is a short bow, so maybe we don't want it drawing, you know, massive great draw length. So far as I can remember, my draw length is 28, no, 28, about 23, 24 inches because I'm quite short, and this arrow is probably about 25, 26 inches. So if we shorten this arrow, we might have, that might be just about done. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll take a little bit more off, then we'll take it in the garden and have a go with it. Just about to see the bark cracking there. Now we started to shoot it, the bark has started coming off properly now. Once these bits come off, you won't hear none of that cracking. Right, well that's how you can make your own survival bow. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time.